Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Kelsie Halls, and today we are learning all about brows. I had a request last week that they wanted to know how to fill in brows, so here it is. Stay tuned to see how I do my brows. Okay, so now we are going to go in, clean our brows up with just some light tweezing. I know you guys all have some crazy tweezing stories. When I was 13, my sister was tweezing my brows for me because of course I didn't know how to do that. And we were at my brother's wedding and you guys would die. I straight up passed out. Like I stood up and I was like, I don't feel very good. And then I passed out and I started shaking. So of course my sister freaked out. So when you're doing your brows, you always want to clean them up first because it is going to make your brow look so much more smooth. And do not forget to clean up the top. Tweezing underneath cleans up your brows. Tweezing up top is going to shape them. If you're one that just waxes and you don't tweeze, then you can totally skip this part. I know you guys have all had crazy wax stories too. Have you guys got your brows waxed at your hair salon? Guys, I did that when I was in high school and she started laughing. You know when somebody is laughing while waxing your brows, it's never a good thing. Never a good thing. I asked her why she was laughing and she goes, that's so cute. You have a freckle in your brow. You guys, I don't have a freckle in my brow. Like dead set in the center of my brow. So she had way over waxed me. So always be careful if you're getting your brows waxed, you go to someone good. So normally when you do your brows, you want to do this before you apply your makeup. Of course, you can get a little bit red. Okay, so a good rule of thumb for your brows is from the outside of your nose to the corner of your eye, that's where your brow should start. And then from the corner of your nose to the center of your eye is where your arch will be. And then the corner of your nose to the outside corner of your eye is where your brow will end. Okay, now that we've cleaned them up, we are going to trim them. This is an underrated tip that people always forget to do is trimming your brows. It makes the biggest difference in your brows and I promise you it's worth it. So take the time, tweeze your brows, and make sure that you are trimming them. So all you're gonna do is you're just gonna take a regular brow spoolie and then you're just going to comb the hair up. Then you can see all those hairs that are coming outside the line. You're just gonna trim those up. We're gonna brush up and we're just gonna nick the ends off. Okay, so brush up. Now this is not something you have to do every single time you fill in your brows. This is like a once a week thing. Okay, now I'm just brushing the little hairs away. And I'm just checking for any other hairs that we need to tweeze. Another tip when you are doing your brows, never have it on the magnifying side because you will for sure over tweeze. And I know you guys have all done it because I've done it too. So always make sure that you are not using a magnifying mirror when you're tweezing. So now we're gonna take Smoked Topaz. This is my all-time favorite color for brow filling. Other ShadowSense that you can use is Mocha. Now, the biggest rule of thumb for filling in your brows is you want to do a color at the most 3 shades darker than your natural brow color. The biggest mistake I have seen so much lately is girls do their brows so much darker than their natural hair color. It looks odd, right? Are you guys with me? So Smoked Topaz is a great shade for lighter brows. Okay, another tip for beginners for brows is Anastasia's brow kit. So they come with several different like small different shapes. I believe it's like $5, $8, don't quote me on that, I'll link it below. But they're just stencils. So it's going to help you get clean, crisp lines until you really have identified your shape. Another great tip for beginners is instead of tweezing before you fill in your brows, you fill in your brows and you tweeze everything outside of what you have filled in. That is a great way to help beginners learn their shape and learn how to tweeze their shape for their eyes. So there's several different sizes in this kit. I am petite arch, so I'm going to show you what you would do if you were using this on one eye, and then I'm going to do it by hand on the other eye. So I'm just taking a small angled brush. This is an Anastasia brush that has the spoolie on one end and the angled brush on the other. We're just gonna get the product directly onto the brush. And we're gonna start from the bottom and brushing up. So you don't wanna start all the way to the end unless you want that boxy look. So we're gonna start midway. Okay, so you're drawing that line on the bottom. And we can just brush that through. Okay, and now you can see it's darker, it fills it in, it's more prominent, but it's not overpowering my makeup. Now I'm gonna use a stencil on the other side. It makes it super easy and anyone can do it. So again, I'm just getting some product on the brush. You don't need very much product at all. Now I'm gonna line this up with the edge of my brow. To my arch. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna do this first upper section first. Again, starting in the middle. A lot of times I feel like this is quicker, like if I'm in a rush, I need to just hurry and get it done. And then I'm gonna brush it through. Okay, now I'm gonna realign the tail ends. So you can see it's more of a filled look. And then at this point, if you had any additional hairs that you needed to get, you would already have that clean, crisp line, so you would know exactly where to tweeze and where not to. So now we're gonna finish up with just some brow gel to hold them in place. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for filling in our brows. Hopefully you guys learned something. All of the tools, don't worry, will be linked down below, everything we used today. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join me for next time. Thanks guys.